Nick Bova here, the KOC. That's the king of consistency. And have you ever thought to yourself, man, I wish I could compress the golf ball. I wish I could hit it farther. I wish I could hit it higher. I wish I could hit it more consistently. Well, here's 3 drills to help us get into a good tour-proven impact position every single time. Now let's first talk about what is a tour-proven impact position. Now, the way that I would define it is having some body rotation with the lower body and the upper body starting to open up. Your pressure is more into your lead side. And then more importantly, we have our hands on our lead thigh by impact. Now, it doesn't matter if I have the driver, a 6-iron, or a gap wedge. That impact position for all of them, every single club in our bag, is going to be over our lead thigh. All right. Now, the driver, you'd be back here a little bit more, right, because we're trying to hit up on it. But the hands are still going to be over that lead thigh. So now let's dive into our 3 drills that are going to help us create that tour-proven, tour-quality impact position. Drill number 1 is with an alignment stick. I've got an alignment stick and I'm going to back up here onto the edge of my mat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine I have a golf ball here in this normal setup position. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this alignment stick and I'm going to set it roughly 2 feet back behind my start point. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feel like I create a shift into my lead side, and I'm going to start to rotate my body. And I'm going to kind of pull that alignment stick there along the ground. So for those of you people that struggle with scooping it, hitting behind it, not compressing it the way that you want to, your tendency would be this. You'd start to put a lot of pressure into the stick. We wouldn't get a whole lot of body movement and then fling out on the other side. So the whole purpose with this one is getting back here and feeling the body kind of shifting forward, the body starting to rotate through, and then the hands coming along with the club head after the fact. So when we're looking at a tour-proven impact position, we want to make sure our body is helping us get into that position. We're never going to actually try to feel like we're here and holding these angles. That's a no-no. That's going to make things a lot worse. We want to get there by feeling like our body is helping us get into said position. So what I would do is this exercise back here 3 or 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 10 times, however many you feel necessary. And then what I would do is I'd step up to a golf ball and I would hit shots just trying to recreate that feel from waist high to waist high. All right, so I'm going to get set into it. I'm going to take the club to waist high. I'm going to feel like I create a little shift forward and then some rotation of the body. I'm going to finish here waist high, and I'm going to get into that tour-proven, tour-quality impact with my hands over my lead thigh. So we'll do a couple of these. And as we're doing these, the ball shouldn't really go that far. Like that ball right there flew about 35 yards in the air, rolled out, and didn't really get more than knee high. So if we're getting it more than knee high, odds are with a 6-iron, we're not quite getting that handle over that lead thigh the way that we want it to be. So let's do it again. I'm into my setup, waist high going back, shift forward, rotate the body, hands over lead thigh impact. That's drill number 1. All right, so for drill 2, we're going to take that same alignment stick, but this time we're going to throw it on the ground. And our goal here with this drill is to feel like we push that alignment stick across the ground. Now, the only way that we can really truly push it across the ground is if the handle is where? You got it, over the lead thigh. So that's going to help us decrease that loft, bring our dynamic loft down, and then allow us to push it across the ground or the mat. So when practicing this one, I would do this a couple times, kind of taking the feel from the first one where I'm back here and feeling like I shift forward and then letting my body rotate through. And this one is really going to help me because if I hit this and I scoot it across the ground, I'm going to know 100% my hands are over my lead thigh. So if I do this one and I start to scoop it a little bit, I'll get in here, I'll start to scoop it. The alignment stick is going to get underneath the club, and then it's going to start to move up that way. So you're not going to be able to scoot it across the ground the whole time. Let's take it back this way. So I do a couple of these little exercises, get set up to it, kind of simulate my impact position. And I just bunt it along the ground. And you can see again, as I'm doing this, it's not big full swings. We're trying to do little controlled swings so that we can feel our body helping our hands and arms get into said impact position. Then again, I go into this little exercise and I hit some little chips, and like little chippers. All right, same feel, back and through. Hands over the lead thigh. You're probably tired of me saying that already, but hands over the lead thigh is our key. Just a little guy, waist high to waist high. Now, if you feel pretty confident with that, those first two, you can start to add a little bit more length to it. And let's say we start to go left arm or lead arm parallel in the backswing to trail arm parallel in the downswing. So we can start to hit some. Right, and you'll notice as I do that, because my body is rotating through, my arms are going to stay nice and extended. That's going to help me with that impact position, getting it into where the hands are over that lead thigh. Now the third and final drill is actually my favorite of the three. I think it's the most fun. I have my Titleist GT280 mini driver here. This is a 13 degree of loft club. You can 100% do this. It'd actually be preferred to do this with a 3-wood of say 15 degrees, but I don't have that in my bag right now. I'm just carrying the mini driver, so we're going to do it with that. So in my setup position, I'm here, and then when I get into that lead side, body shifts forward, body starts to rotate, handle gets over that lead thigh. I am roughly 15 degrees further forward with my handle from the start position. So I'm going to hit some little chips, hitting this club with what feels like 0 degrees of loft. So that golf ball is going to scoot across the ground, almost like I'm hitting a bump and run, but it's staying, or almost more like I'm hitting a putt. It's staying on the ground the entire time. So I get set up to it, I get here, I feel that impact position, I'm at 0 degrees of loft. I go back here to my normal setup, I go waist high to waist high, and again, you'll notice hands over lead thigh, body rotating through to help me get into that position. So with that being my kind of favorite one of the three, my tendency would be to do that one a little bit more often than the others. I think the first one gives us a really good sensation of getting the body to kind of shift forward and then rotate through. I think the second one is the most difficult, because if we get a little bit off with that hand position at impact or the body rotation, we're not going to quite scoot that alignment stick across the ground. And I think this one is the most fun, actually seeing yourself hit little low line drivers with that 3-wood. Again, if you wanted to, you could go a little bit longer with this. I'm going to simulate that impact position a little longer. But yet again, you'll notice hands over lead thigh. So then what that translates into, when I hit a normal golf shot, is this. I create a nice good load up in my backswing. I create my shift forward, and then I start to rotate, coming back down and through. That gets me into the tour quality, tour proven impact. Now you can take these drills, these 3 drills, to the driving range next time you go practice, and I guarantee you it's going to help you create more compression and hit more solid golf shots.